This is Straight Talk Politics, the third name of this podcast YouTube channel in the past week. I think Straight Talk Politics, if the name can be used in some form, is going to be the name for quite some time. I have to settle on something. Today's article is scheduled for release on November 20th, 2024, is Headwinds to the Trump Agenda. And it's quite a lot of headwinds have come out so far. The first headwind is the cost of removal of 11 million refugees, 11 million illegals. It could be as high as 20 million, according to some estimates. The estimate cost of this removal of illegal aliens, I don't like the term, but I can't think of another term right now. The various budget offices estimate the cost of incarceration at between 350 and 600 billion dollars. We're already at the deficit. The annual deficit is over 500 billion dollars a year, and now we're going to spend another 350 to 600 billion dollars a year to kick out people who actually, a lot of them actually have jobs and pay taxes. That's because Trump hates immigrants, and the people that put Trump over the top hates immigrants. So we have to. He's going to try and keep this promise. They say he's going to start with criminals. The estimates without any numbers, there are 600,000 criminals among this 11 to 20 million. And if your aunt who crossed the border 50 years ago and never bothered to uh, get legal is going to get caught up in it, well, tough noogies on you. You voted for it, right? PR disaster. Many countries plan on refusing these people at the border control. This could result in some very emotional footage, a la 4 years ago. Or another example is during the rule of premiership of Yitzhak Rabin in Israel, he tried to deport 10 terrorists, and they became international sensations on the border between Israel and Lebanon. It's not a good look. PR disaster. The press has artfully showed footage of families getting torn apart. They have 4 years to sharpen their tools for making Trump look bad, and Trump doesn't need any help looking bad. Note, media trust reflected by the November 6th election results is at an all-time low. So the impact of this bad press will be very large, but it's not going to be anything that many people are just simply not going to believe it. The next headwind against the Trump agenda, is the clown show appointment. Stephen Miller, Deputy Chief of Staff, he has been proven to be barely able to control his temper as he gets angrier and angrier during interviews. I can't wait till he melts down on national TV. Mike Huckabee, ambassador to Israel, a true believer that there will be an enormous war, Gog v Magog, followed by the exodus of all the Jews to Israel and the world and their conversion to Christianity. Naturally, that may upset Jews a little bit because the conversion part is not accepted by any stream of Judaism at all. Steve Wickoff, special envoy to the Middle East. He is Mr. Trump's golf buddy, totally unqualified. Again, it's fortunate that this position does not require Senate approval. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense. He has military experience. His rank in the military is major. His service was honorable, but there has been at least one allegation of sexual assault investigated, and there may be investigations going against him right now. So this is another candidate for recess appointment, because I don't think Pete's going to be able to survive under the withering criticism, especially if one of his victims comes forward and testifies. Tune in later for that one. Kristi Noem, Homeland Security. Well, dog owners, get your GPS trackers on your pets, because she may be gunning for more dogs. You read her autobiography, everybody, right? Yeah. She shot her dog, and she wrote about it and bragged about it in her autobiography. Oh, there's a great candidate for Homeland Security Secretary. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. I watched an interview with her last week. She basically made up everything she said about the Ukraine. She is suspected, actually, of being a Russian agent. Matt Gaetz, the crown jewel of the clown show appointments, at least the first 2 weeks of the Trump administration. He's been investigating for sex trafficking. What does that mean? It actually means he paid for or had relations with a 17-year-old. And he was investigated by the House Ethics Committee. There's a big controversy about whether or not those findings are going to be released. Mike Johnson says they're going to be suppressed. Democrats and some Republicans want to know what he was up to before making that decision. So that could turn out to be a media feeding frenzy. What's next on the Trump hit parade on page 4? Okay, the Trump mouth. Yes, Mr. Trump has not been able to control himself. He is often off message and encourages his opponents to oppose him. And God, have you seen what he's been doing with his Twitter account X? Help! Mr. Trump is talking and he can't seem to shut up. This has been a big problem since 2015. It's not going to get better, and it's going to more quickly than expected make him a lame duck. Note, however, this has been an issue for 9 years, and he has still managed to win the presidency twice in 3 attempts.